Hey guys, I'm Christine with Irene Iron Fitness, and today we're making caponata, a Sicilian classic. This is a fantastic recipe for you to make a day ahead or 2 days ahead to bring to your next cookout or grill out with your friends or family, and you can serve it room temp or cold. It's a crowd pleaser. Let's get cooking. So the very first thing that we're going to do today is get these eggplants cut into rounds, and then we're going to put them into a colander with some salt, shake it up to get it all salted around, and we're going to let that hang out in the sink so that these eggplants can sweat out. And that's going to draw the liquid out of the eggplants so that when it's in your salad, it's not super soggy. While the eggplant's sweating out, we're going to get the rest of our veggies chopped and prepped. Now for this recipe, you can either use canned diced tomatoes or canned San Marzano, or you can use fresh tomatoes. Honestly, if I didn't have the fresh tomatoes on hand, I would go the easy route and I would get the canned tomatoes. But because I have fresh tomatoes, I'm going to use them. What you need to do is remove the skin, and we're going to slice an incision on the tomatoes. We're going to boil them for 3 minutes. We're going to take them out of the water and we're going to shock them in a ice bath. Then we're going to remove the skin. It's pretty simple, but if you want to go easier, save some time and just use the canned. We have all of our stuff prepped and chopped up ready on the side. Now we're coming back to our eggplant. You can see a little bit of moisture is dripping out. There's a lot of moisture within. So we're going to rinse the eggplant in water, get all the salt off, and then we're going to pat dry it with some towels, kitchen towel or paper towel, to get it ready for frying. Next, we're going to fry our eggplant. Now, traditionally, this recipe uses a copious amount of olive oil. We're making this healthier by limiting the amount of olive oil that we're frying our eggplant in. And to do that, we're doing a light brushing of egg white onto the eggplant rounds on each side, followed by salt and pepper. And then we're going to lightly fry them, remove them from the pot, and put onto a different plate. Pulling off the eggplant, the last of the batch of frying it, in the same pan we're going to put a little bit more oil, and then we're going to put our onions, celery, garlic, let that cook up for a bit. Then we're going to toss in our tomatoes, going to let that simmer, and while that's cooking we're going to chop this eggplant up, and we're going to get it into nice chunks that we'll add in later. The eggplant's going back in. When you add it, softly fold it in so you don't crush it, and we're also going to put in the capers and the olives. At this point now we're going to add in some red wine vinegar, and traditionally there is sugar used in this recipe, which is a second way that I'm cleaning it up a little bit just to make it a little healthier. I'm going to omit the sugar. If you really want to have something sweet, you could use a little stevia packet, or also traditionally there's raisins put in some of the recipes, so you could go the stevia route. You can put in some raisins, but I'm going to leave it out completely. Okay, our simmering is done. At this point, you could be done with the entire recipe right now. If you have fresh basil or access to fresh basil, we're gonna chiffonade some of that in, and we're gonna add that as well. At this point, guys, put this into a container, put it into the refrigerator, let it sit overnight so all the flavors can come together. That is critical. And then tomorrow, it's gonna just be outstanding, and you can serve this on its own, or to have the real crowd pleaser at the party, bring a baguette or some toasted crostinis so that people can top it. And it's a win-win, because whether you're going strictly healthy or you're indulging at the party, this dish caters everybody. If you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and check back next week for a new recipe. Comment below if you have any questions or if you want to see anything new. Check out my blog, IreneIronFitness.com, for the full printable recipe. See you next time.
Chiffonade or chiffonade?
I don't know. Let's do it again.